Hello, 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 hello? Hello. Okay, guys, the minute I left streaming, I am back because there's a tornado warning, and it was observed. Now it's no longer observed, but I think it could get observed again. Not because it's on the ground, but, like, just because of the environment, I mean. It could be a longer echelon tornado warning. Not like a long track tornado or anything. I'm just saying the supercell could live for a long time. So, that's what we're generally looking at. But of course, we've got so many other storms active. So, I feel like it was just necessary since it was live the entire day. I feel like I should have been live for this. So, I guess today's my day. I don't know. But otherwise, we do have 2 tornado warnings active. So, that's what we're going to get on. And, yeah. Let's get right into it, because stuff is already happening. So, this is our current scene. Let me get back to radar. This is our current scene in Missouri, where we have a tornado warning active. Now, this tornado warning is no longer on the ground. Well, this tornado is no longer on the ground. It's not a tornado then. But you get the point. This is where I saw the CC drop. It went, like, near... It went, like, in this area. That's the general track of it. It was approaching near Bryant, Missouri. So, near Bryant, Missouri, it was actually near Mount Zion a little more. It was, like, right here. That's generally the track of the tornado. It went a little bit more northwest than that, but that's the 3rd time I've drawn it, so I'm not going to draw it again. Why does this keep happening where the window doesn't actually work? Here, wait. I'm just... No, sorry. Okay, I don't know why that keeps happening. Here, okay, there you go. But yeah, we have our environment in here, which still is conducive for tornadoes, as you can see over here. You can still see there is an environment conducive for tornadic activity. Let me just get the new thing here. Yeah, there you go. Because this is the newest mesoscale analysis. So you can see there's not a lot of shear, and that's the main thing that I thought was going to inhibit these storms from developing. However, also look over here in Oklahoma, where some supercells are. There is actually a lot of shear, and That is actually pretty surprising, because we didn't really expect much of a tornado threat over there. However, you can also see there is good SRH. Not amazing SRH, and there's also good SRH on this Colorado storm, but I'm pretty sure that's more of a hailer. I don't think that's going to produce a tornado. I don't know, we'll see. There's also really good cape. The problem is some of it is capped, but not that capped. So, we might be seeing some convection blow up in Oklahoma too. But of course, there is the Missouri risk too. I'm not downplaying that. You can see there is pretty good lapse rates over there and very good cape. Just the problem is the wind shear isn't as much, and also the SRH isn't as much. So that probably was just a one and done thing. I did say it would have been a longer track supercell, but probably not tornadic for much longer. It might be long tracked of a supercell, not a tornado. So don't worry about that. Rather, we're most likely going to be seeing a supercell for a long time. But look at this. With these storms in Oklahoma, we just got an 80-mile-per-hour wind warning. So, we officially have an 80-mile-per-hour windstorm now for Fairmont, Covington, and Garber. You can see that velocity over there. It's weird, because a lot of it isn't even touching the storm itself, but it still is there. So, we definitely could get some strong winds with that. And I wouldn't doubt a tornado either. I mean, these storms have been acting weird in Oklahoma. There also is this weird tornado threat in our main area that we were expecting today, in the 5%. We do have a 5% in Indiana, Illinois, and Missouri, if you didn't know yet. There is some weird areas of rotation near Irvington and Hardinsburg. I think these are more with like a QLCS threat. This is more of a QLCS system at this point. So that's generally what we're looking at. But there is a tornado threat with them. I wouldn't call it weird. I just think it's more QLCS. We were expecting supercells today. But that's what we're generally looking at over there. But yeah, definitely unexpected development here in Oklahoma and some parts of Texas. There is this supercell. This is really rotating. This is kind of rotating over here. Is this tornado it should be tornado possible. I mean, it's not should be, but like, I'm surprised that it isn't. Yeah, this supercell is rotating like a top. Nah, I wouldn't say that, but it definitely has some rotation with it and a hook. So I do think this is going to be upgraded to a tornado possible severe or a tornado warning very soon over here just east of Miami, Texas. So just be aware of that. This could be a storm that heads towards Raiden, Oklahoma. And this is not really where the tornado risk is. It's outside of all of the 2%. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see something with it. But of course, we still have our tornado warning active near Ava, even though I just said this might be a long track supercell. And look at it now. It's completely disintegrating. Well, not really. I think I'm over-exaggerating everything. It's not completely disintegrating. It's kind of... It's slowing down a little bit, I would say. But let me change this text because, of course, we have 2 tornado warnings active now. And I would do the 80-mile-per-hour wind thing, but I feel like two tornado warnings are a little more important than 80-mile-per-hour winds. Once we get to 90-mile-per-hour winds, then I'll change it. That's what I'll do. So, just wait for that. So 2 tornado warnings are active with the same storm, of course, but still, 2 tornado warnings are active. We also did have the storm in Montana before, which has a tornado possible tag. So I know Montana tornadoes are kind of rare, but they can happen, especially in these environments where there's like hailstorms and stuff. This is near the Upper Missouri River Breaks National Monument, just near Winifred, which is a small town. It is possibly going to produce a tornado, but it's not that big of rotation. You can see it there. It's right next to Winifred, but it's kind of in a weird spot. So I don't know if this has to be tornado possible, but since it is, I would still be close to your safe spot in... What is the place name again? Winifred. I would still be in your close to your safe spot if you live in Winifred, just in case. Sorry, guys. I mean, I wasn't expecting to go live again, to be honest with you. Weird. They still don't have the tornado possible tag on this. This is definitely rotating near Gauge B. I can see it. No CC drop, so don't worry. It's not a tornado on the ground, but I would be approaching that safe spot if you were in Morbidi which is in the severe warning, and Briscoe. Treat it like a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning, because this is rotating, for sure. Yeah, you can see that there. That's definitely a rotating supercell. But I'm not saying it's like the biggest rotation I've ever seen. It's just rotating enough to where I think it could have a tornado warning in the future. So just be close to that safe spot just in case. In the meantime, we have an 80-mile-per-hour windstorm just east of Enid right now, near the Covington area. And you can see those winds right here all over Covington. So Covington might be getting the brunt of this. So definitely be in your safe spot if you are in Covington. The safe spot, of course, is the most interior room of a sturdy shelter or your home, if it is a sturdy shelter. Make sure that you are in a basement, if not an interior bathroom. And if you are in the bathroom, I would prefer you go into the bathtub and possibly put a mattress over your head. Basically, some sort of hard surface out externally and soft surface internally towards you, so it doesn't hurt you. If you are in a room where if you were to walk through walls, you would end up outside. If you walk through any of the walls, then that room is not safe. You have to move to a room where if you walk through all of the walls, you don't end up outside. So that's generally what we got to do, just to make sure that no winds are getting to you and causing damage sent your way. So make sure you're okay. Even though, I'm noticing this now. I'm noticing a little bit of rotation on the storm now, too, near Covington. There is a tiny bit of rotation there. It's not anything insane, once again, but it does exist, so I wouldn't rule out a tornado with this. This definitely could have some tornado potential. It is actually in the 2%, so just be aware of that. This could have some tornado potential. Yeah, I don't really see much more with this Missouri storm. It doesn't look like it's weakening anymore. It just looks like it doesn't have much tornado potential. It still has that shape, but it could still try. We'll say it could still try. We do have a new tornado possible severe over here near Evergreen, Missouri, and I see why, because there is a bit of a hook trying to develop with this on reflectivity. Let me see the velocity. The velocity is sort of It's hard to really tell what's going on, honestly. But I bet there is some rotation in there, so just be close to your safe spot if you're right southeast of Evergreen, just in case. But yeah, guys, just make sure that you're in sturdy shelter if you live in this tornado warning, and are close to a sturdy shelter if you live in the tornado possible severe warnings. That is what you got to do. And also be in your safe spot if you live near here in Fairmont, Covington, and Garber. And I'm still watching the storm near Wheeler, Texas now. It does look like the rotation went off a little bit, I will admit. It does look like it kind of slowed down a little bit. So, that is good news. It does look like it's scrunching up a little bit, the storm. At least the tornadic part of the storm. So, I guess it was a good call that they didn't add a tornado possible severe warning, just to not alarm anybody. But I would say that you don't have to be near your safe spot anymore. I mean, you have to be indoors and away from windows and doors, but not near your safe spot, I would say. Think you're okay right now. But yeah, we still have 2 tornado warnings active, even though this tornado warning is like a mile wide, but it still counts. So we have this tornado warning active for Filer, Brushy Knob, Cold Spring, Denlow, Champion, and Missouri. So still be in your safe spot there, and be in your safe spot if you live here in Oklahoma. Garber, Fairmont, and Covington. You can see there is a bit of an intensification of winds over here near Raymond, Kentucky. I would say that might be something to look out for. it definitely could be something to look out for tornadic-wise. It is in the reflectivity, so I would say this could produce a tornado. It does have that tornado possible tag on the severe thunderstorm warning, so definitely watch out for it. Definitely could produce something. But mostly it's just producing strong winds at the moment. So I would be close to your safe spot once again. This is a tornado possible severe, so definitely be close. Sorry, that was phone notification. You can see there's also these little supercell type features in New Hampshire. We, of course, saw more activity with them earlier. Not as much activity as what we're seeing in Missouri. We didn't see a tornado on the ground, most likely. We saw almost a tornado, probably, near Warner, New Hampshire. But it wasn't quite on the ground. And it didn't have a tornado warning, so. But you can still see these still have some rotation. But it's mostly in the inflow, so that's not really real rotation. I think, more honestly, that more looks like contamination to me. So, I wouldn't say this is real rotation, but there's still storms in southern New Hampshire into northern Massachusetts, so I would still be alert if you live in the area. I do imagine they're going to expire that tornado warning soon, because that doesn't look like as conducive of a storm anymore. There still is some rotation near Covington, but I'm watching it. I'm still waiting to see if there's any reinvigoration of it. Over here near Boise City, there's another storm. Yeah, that's just what that is. Looking back in Montana, see, there's still quite a bit of storms. They're not really tornadic at the moment. I mean, this storm right here did have some rotation earlier, and it still kind of does, but I wouldn't go crazy about it. I would just be close to your safe spot if you live in Winifred, but to be honest, this looks mostly like inflow right here, so I don't think a tornado is really imminent with this one. I think you're probably going to be okay if you live in Winifred, Montana, but there still is a tornado risk up there, so it's still pay attention to that. Still could have some risk up there. Once again, guys, if you have any questions for me and want to comment anything or want to say anything that would help improve this channel or, like, basically just help me in the future, make sure to chat or possibly like this video. You don't have to, of course, but you can if you want to. Just to spread the word. Interesting. This is actually starting to build up with another little bit of rotation. Now near Brushy Knob again. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept the tornado warning. Well, I think they are going to keep the tornado warning, so this does have some rotation on it now. It's becoming a little low precip, but it still exists, so I would be aware of that. That definitely could produce something. But nothing on the ground yet. I'm pretty sure anyways. It did look like there was a CC drop there, but I'm pretty sure that's contamination. That's way too close to outside of the storm. Let me just see if there's any other storms developing here. There kinda is. But I think that tornado watch is done for that. Those storms were the main event. So we might have actually gotten an underperformance in Illinois and Indiana for once. We have a 70-mile-per-hour wind warning over here in La Junta. I believe that's how you pronounce it. La Junta, something like that. Colorado. This currently has 70-mile-per-hour winds. But we're still watching it. Just in case if it does anything. Yeah, I think this is definitely redeveloping your Brushy Knob. You can see it a little bit. The rotation is slightly increasing. It's not touching greens, the reds, but it's pretty close to being a green. I mean, this just shows that it's like in the middle. It's not really heading away or towards the radar. And this is heading kind of far away from the radar. Like heading in the opposite direction of the radar very, very fast. So I would say that this could be a tornadic signature. So I just want to wait one more scan to see if any greens start to touch this, and then we can say that this is trying to produce a tornado again. Because it still does have that possibility, but we're still unsure about it at the moment. Still have this 80-mile-per-hour wind warning near Garber, Fairmont, and Covington, so definitely make sure to stay in your safe spot if you live in those locations. Definitely make sure to do that. Just check something. Need to check something. Never mind. Sorry, guys. But yeah, we still have those 2 tornado warnings in effect. One of them's probably going to expire soon just because one of them's an extension. We still have this tornado possible severe near Winterfred. Not saying much, but we'll see if anything develops out of it. We, of course, have our severe thunderstorm warnings all the way up here in Canada, too, in Dawson Creek. Fort St. John. I got mixed it up. I mixed it up with the show. And over here in Fort Nelson. So still severe thunderstorm warnings over there. Special weather. Oh, a fog advisory. Never mind. Look like a special weather statement. And then one near Kindersley in Saskatchewan. But not much there in Canada. There is another storm trying to develop over here near Hitchcock right now in Oklahoma. Not seeing much with it, but it definitely does have 1 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So I would be indoors and away from windows and doors for that. Yeah, this storm's kind of weird. I don't think it's rotating, though. This is where the rotation would be. It's kind of weak. So, I'm not really seeing much with that storm, but we'll watch if it intensifies at all. I do think there is a tornado risk in that area, but it's not as much as what it is in the 2% risk, I would say. Still there, though. Yeah, this is definitely trying to get its act together again. I think I can tell. Or is that inflow? That could be inflow, but it's kind of hard to tell. This isn't. This right here isn't. And that does show some greens next to the reds now. This is, though. This is inflow contamination. This just shows that a lot of winds are being put into the storm. There's a lot of winds coming into the storm. High winds, so it doesn't necessarily mean that there's rotation. Let's see if we can get a camera on this. I'm not sure if there's cameras near... This is US 60, right? So maybe there is some cameras. Let me look. I'm looking. You can see it on the top bottom right. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. How do I X out of this? Are you gonna let me? I guess I would have to do this again. Here. Just give me a second. The only thing is, there isn't really any cameras in US 60. There is cameras nearby on I-44, but it's kind of far away, yeah. There's not really any cameras on our tornado warning, unfortunately. It's near Mansfield, and there's not really much there. I don't know how to X out of this. How do you X out of this? How do you X out of this? Oh, there. Okay, I was confused for a second. Let me see if I can get any on our 80-mile-per-hour windstorm, because that, you could see more winds with that. It is still an 80-mile-per-hour windstorm. There was an extension for it for Perry, Oklahoma, that now has 1.75-inch golf ball size hail. The hail risk is deteriorating with it, but it's turning more into a wind risk. There's still 80-mile-per-hour winds with this. So Perry, Oklahoma, you now have to be in your safe spot. And other parts of the Otoma, Missouri tribe. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but that's my bad. And near Red Rock, too, also is in the severe thunderstorm warning. Storm over here now is lime-sized hail, and I can see that. There's a little bit of hail in here. So I can see where that hail's coming from. And there is still a little bit of rotation on this, but nothing insane. So, I wouldn't be close to your safe spot yet, but just know that you might have to do that soon. If you're not already. We did just get a mesoscale discussion for the severe thunderstorm watch in Nebraska, Colorado. That is for some high winds. But that's mostly just for high winds in, like, the near term. And some big hail. So, just some high winds and big hail. Not anything crazy. Up to 80-mile-per-hour winds. Not above, but still. Still watching the storm in Montana. It's still tornado possible warned. Not anything crazy. It still looks like it has some rotation, but it's in a pretty unpopulated area now, so. It's near Stafford Ferry Road. I guess that is a town, but. It's near Leroy. That's the only place it's really near, Leroy. There's a couple of roads up here, but I don't know if anybody actually lives there. Yeah, this definitely is building some rotation. It's not anything insane, but I probably would extend this warning if I were them. Probably would, just in case, because it is going to expire in 5 minutes, so probably it would go something like this. Probably include Van Zandt, and maybe a little bit south of that, but it would probably include Van Zandt, Topaz, and maybe Drury. So that still looks like some rotation. Right, got cameras. Where's okay? Is there cameras near here? There's only like cameras on the interstates, which is annoying. This is actually pretty close, these cameras. Let me see. Wait, no, that's a sign. Right here. Make it work. Is there anything near Brahman? 70-mile-per-hour winds. So we might be able to see 70-mile-per-hour winds from this. I'm going to keep this camera up, just in case. You can see it on the bottom right. Does look like it's a sunny day, actually, right now, but that is not going to last. At least I don't think it is. Well, I'm just worried, like, the camera's outdated, but I don't think it is. Yeah, lots of severe thunderstorm warnings over here. Lots and lots. 80-mile-per-hour winds in northern Oklahoma. Just a lot of stuff going on. That's for sure. Not as much rotation on the storm near OBD anymore, though, so that's good. It does look like the storm in Missouri is trying to weaken again. I mean, it's kind of remained that same reflectivity for a while, but we'll see. It does look like it's trying. And the rotation has kind of died out. So it does look like rotation's dying out on the storm. I wouldn't be surprised if they discontinued the warning for that. Because it did briefly re-intensify, but it's not anything crazy anymore. So we'll see if it re-intensifies. We'll see if they issue a warning because of that risk. So we'll see. Yeah, still lots of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. We have 23 active. 23 severe thunderstorm warnings active. My goodness. Looking back at these storms in New England, they're not doing much. They're continuing to weaken. That's what the mesoscale discussion said. So, I mean, they're not weakening that much, but they're moving to the southeast, and they're soon going to be offshore, so. Category 5 hurricane. It's called a typhoon, by the way. It's called a typhoon. There is the storm Mekala. It's no longer a Category 5, of course, so I wouldn't be worried about it if you live in Japan, but... Well, I can't speak Japanese, but... If you live in Japan, just be aware that this storm might cause some rain. But it's not going to be a Category 5 anymore. Definitely not. It was, though. It wasn't on May 15th, though. What? I don't know. There's no start to the Western Pacific hurricane season. Or typhoon season. There's no start to it. It just lasts all year, actually. Which is weird, but it kind of makes sense because the storm that develop in the winter. So. I think he accidentally posted it twice. Maybe I'll delete it. No offense, you just accidentally posted it twice, so I just wanted to get rid of it. It's no offense to you, just like, you know. What? We've already had a Category 5 in the Western Pacific, actually. We've already had a Category 5. That was in April. So, we've already had one. Is that extension? Oh, no, I guess it's still going to continue. I thought it was expiring in, like, 5 minutes, but at 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. Central Time, but no. It's going to last for 14 more minutes, so we'll see what it does in that time. Still have this 80-mile-per-hour wind risk over here. I mean, hurricane season could be intense. I will get to that. I'll probably put out a forecast or something, but I usually don't do those forecasts just because it's kind of hard to predict. And it's too late for that because we already had a tropical storm, so. But we'll see what happens with hurricane season. Do you think we could see? Not really a lot. I don't know if we're gonna see a Category 5 this year. Just be on alert for that. We might not see a Category 5. But that's besides the point right now. We're tracking the severe weather, but I mean, you know, hurricanes are a risk too, so we will cover those, I think. I don't know. I'm part of this other channel, so I don't know if I'm going to be covering them by myself, so we'll see. We still have this tornado possible severe up here near Winifred. So still have it there. Is this trying to build back rotation, or is that the inflow? Yeah, that's the inflow, never mind. So, we still have a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings active. We now only have one tornado warning active, so let me change that. I darken the color. So one tornado warning active. I imagine they're gonna allow this to expire. I'm not really seeing why they would continue it, but we'll see what happens. It could continue it. They could continue it. And the NWS. We did just get an extension to our severe thunderstorm warning in Manchester and Sheridan, Wyoming. It's heading into Montana now. Towards Bernie. Why is there two Bernies here? Are they really two Bernies right next to each other? I'm pretty sure they accidentally just put the town name twice, or there's like two downtown centers of Bernie. Yeah, there's like two downtown centers, I guess. I don't know. Weird. But yeah, we're definitely going to continue, just in case if anything happens. We still have an 80-mile-per-hour wind warning, so we're going to continue for that. And the tornado warning currently active. Be right back. Let me just get some water. I'm back. Yeah, of course, the minute I go live, there's no more tornado warnings or anything like that. Well, there is. Well, I meant no more additional tornado warnings. But yeah, this storm is really weakening over here in Missouri. You can see how small it's getting and all scrunched up. I don't think it's going to continue for much longer. It is kind of long track, so it's kind of right, but it didn't keep dropping tornadoes or anything like that, so I don't think we got that storm really to get its full potential, but I don't even know about that. I think it could have just done this no matter what. Still watching the storm near Wheeler, Texas. A little bit of rotation on it, but nothing insane. Does seem like things have weakened or calmed down a little bit. But we'll see if anything else develops. There is this one storm near Coffeyville that is rotating a little bit. But wait, let me see if that's inflow. Some sort of contaminant. Interesting. That is some rotation, I would say. A little bit. Not that much. It's north of Nowata, Oklahoma, near Lenape. And south of South Coffeyville, which is in Oklahoma, just south of Coffeyville, Kansas. So do you think that could potentially produce a tornado? But not imminent. Definitely not imminent. That does have some rotation, though. I mean, a very small amount, to be honest. It's not that much, so I'm just watching this storm just in case if it does anything, but the rotation it has is kind of small. So we currently have 1 tornado warning active, 18 severe thunderstorm warnings active. Let me see if we got any of the ratings for the tornadoes recently. Just want to see. Because we did get 1 tornado in Illinois from when I was live before, but that's about it. There was one in New Mexico yesterday. I have no idea why. I have no idea why. Is this... Where is this from? Weird. Yeah, there's a land spat, okay. There's a land spat in Illinois, too. Yeah, that's pretty much all we saw. What? When did these occur? Weird. On that day, we had the Colorado tornadoes. We also had 2 EFU tornadoes. Southern Colorado. I don't know when those northern tornadoes are going to get rated. Maybe they're EFU. Currently not seeing much, but I imagine that'll change. I don't think we're done yet. Like, the sun hasn't gone down in these western regions yet, so we still might have a little bit of daytime heating left. We'll see. There is a 2% risk in Oklahoma, but that's about it. Storm is nearly stationary north of Lenape, actually. It's nearly stationary. So that's interesting. Over here near Longdale, Oklahoma, you can see a little bit of a storm here. Not anything too insane, but it is warned for 70-mile-per-hour winds now. So it is a considerable thunderstorm. It's a considerable severe thunderstorm warning for sure. So definitely be aware of that. Be close to your safe spot, I would say, but not quite there yet, because it's considerable. This is one supercell, man. There's one big supercell over here in Colorado near Wild Horse, Colorado. Man. It's approaching Kit Carson. This must have some big hail. It's only warned for ping pong ball size hail, but I imagine that's larger. Oh wow, it just developed. That's so weird. It just developed outside of that outflow boundary. That's really weird. I've never seen a storm develop that quickly before. I mean, just look at that. It's formed in like 5 frames. Wow. Of course, there's this storm near La Junta too. So I would continue watching that, but that looks a little less supercellular. And guess what? We've got a severe thunderstorm warning near Grover, Colorado. It's just always Grover, Colorado recently, but I don't see much rotation or a severe thunderstorm potential with. Well, no, there is a severe thunderstorm potential with that for sure. I mean, it is some hail, 1.25 inch in diameter, but it's not anything crazy for sure. I would say Montana's not performing quite as we expected, but there are still storms kind of forming next to the Livingston area. There's this one storm northeast of Bozeman that's trying to develop. So I'm wondering if that'll do anything, but I don't think the storms in Montana have been as bad as we were expecting. It doesn't seem like it. Now these storms in Massachusetts and New Hampshire are weakening. Now they're weakening. Seems like it. I mean, they're weakening a little bit, not that much, but you can see their hail cores are kind of going away. So that's good. Still have this line of storms approaching near Louisville. It's not severe, though, so I wouldn't be too worried in Louisville. You could go inside. I prefer you go inside, but not... You don't have to, technically. You're not obliged to. I mean, you're never obliged to, but, like, you know. It's for your safety. Oh, wow. Is this rotation? That's in a weird spot. This is really weirdly placed rotation, and it looks like contamination, but I don't know if it is. It's kind of weird. It's near Perry, Oklahoma. I wouldn't be surprised if this is some rotation, but it looks a little contaminated, so I don't think it's as strong as it says here, but it still could be a little strong, so be aware in Perry. You still have to be in your safe spot anyways, because this has 80-mile-per-hour winds, but you could get a tornado too. Not anything crazy, but I think you could get a tornado too. It is that possibility. Alright, we're down to 0 tornado warnings, because that tornado warning in Missouri has just expired. And that makes sense, because there isn't really a lot of rotation here. What am I getting all these emails for? I'm getting so many emails. Okay. It's just... Don't even know. But yeah, in Oklahoma, we have the storm near Perry. Still 80-mile-per-hour winds on it. And we're still watching it as it continues towards Perry. I mean, it's kind of weird signature here. It's in a weird spot of the storm. I don't know why there would be rotation here. But maybe? Maybe? Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. There might be a rotation there, but it's kind of hard to tell. You can see a little bit near Perry, but not anything insane. But we still have a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. 22, to be exact. So let me change this to 22 severe thunderstorm warnings are active. So we have 22 severe thunderstorm warnings active. More to come, potentially. We did just get this new... Oh, wait, that might bring it up to 23. Yeah, it brought it up to 23, but whatever. Here, let me change it now. I'm not going to change the colors or anything. What the... Oh, it's because I clicked 3 and I went to scene 3. My bad. My bad. But yeah, we still have these strong storms near Louisville. I'm surprised they're not severe warned because they do look like they have 60-mile-per-hour winds in them. Not anything insane, but it does look like they have some 60-mile-per-hour winds. So maybe we'll see a new severe thunderstorm warning as it approaches Louisville. I wouldn't be that far indoors yet. I wouldn't be away from those windows indoors yet if you have to be close to those windows indoors, but maybe start thinking about it. Yeah, okay, this didn't seem like a real rotation signature near Perry. It doesn't look like a real rotation signature, so that might have been nothing. We don't really know. But this is where the rotation would be if there was. So we're continuing to watch that area. There's still 80-mile-per-hour winds in this storm, so still be in your safe spot in Perry, but it doesn't seem like there's going to be a tornado. Okay, I thought there was near Beaver again, but Buffalo and Beaver are two different things. This is near Buffalo, Oklahoma. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-per-hour winds. There probably is a lot of winds here. Alright, they did expire our severe thunderstorm warning up here in Montana now. So it doesn't look like that's active anymore. So that's good news. Wow. Sorry. There was like a scab on my leg or something. I won't talk about it, sorry. There still is these severe thunderstorm warnings. Well, no, they're no longer severe thunderstorm warnings, but there's still storms in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. But they don't really have much supercellular structure to them, except for this one near Lawrence, which has some rotation, but I think that's inflow, so it's contaminated rotation. It's not real rotation. That's contaminated. It's mostly the inflow winds coming into the storm. Once again, this does look like a rotation signature, but I bet it's not. It's in a weird spot, so I don't think that's actually rotation. Oh, God. Okay, here, I need to stop for a second. I think I got blood all over my leg. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Just a little accident. Yeah, we're still here, just tracking these storms, just in case if they do anything. I am lowering the confidence a little bit on storms doing something, but we might see it. There is this new severe thunderstorm warning now for South Coffeeville and Lenape, but not much with that storm in terms of rotation. There's these few storms near Fairview too, but not much. The 80-mile-per-hour wind warning is still in effect though. But yeah, guys, still watching these storms. Just in case that they do anything. That's not what we expected. But we'll see. There's another storm near Stanford now. Sorry. Let me just fully close my door real quickly. Oh, it is fully closed, my bad. Do. This is a big hailstorm over here near Cheyenne Wells. I might end soon just because I don't see much more potential with these storms. There is still a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings active though, so I don't know if I'll go away yet. Maybe I'll just take a break, but there still is a lot of potential with these storms, but I think this 80-mile-per-hour wind warning is actually being extended as a 70-mile-per-hour severe thunderstorm warning, so that's good news. But we'll see. I mean, there is still potential with these storms, but I think it's lowering. I'll wait until the new SBC outlook, because that will dictate whether we'll continue our live stream or not, because they're probably going to remove the 5%, so just to clarify there. Be right back. me check this one more time. Meh. It's looking meh. Alright, guys, let's just hope we don't get another tornado warning out of the blue, so I have to do a third live stream today. We did just get a severe thunderstorm warning for Louisville, but it's only 60 miles per hour. So, I think I'm going to call it a day. I don't think we're going to get anything else. If we do, I will try to get back on, unless if I fall asleep or something. I do have a trip tomorrow, so I'm going to have to go to sleep a little earlier. So, I won't be able to do a live stream tomorrow because of that. It doesn't seem like the risk for tornadoes is that bad tomorrow. It's mostly the wind risk. Or Sunday. And I don't think we have much Sunday either, so. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. If you don't know what notifications look like, it's a bell icon right to subscribe button. And also make sure to like this video. I don't care if what am I saying? I don't care if you dislike. If you don't like the video, fine, dislike. But anyways, guys, it's something to realize, and something to never forget, that the Morrisdale on the Road Freeway always has intersections where you can ride on. Thank you, guys.